My delicious tortilla soup with vegetables. Hi there, I'm Christina Monte-Fisher. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how I make my vegetable tortilla soup. It is loaded with vegetable goodness and it is very easy to make. Basically, just stuff you probably already have in your fridge. Let's get started. All right, I'm going to use 1 potato. A soup, to me, is almost not a soup without potato. And I don't know if you knew this, but potatoes are loaded with vitamin C. I'm gonna cut it in half first, and then I'll just go down the middle. The same thing with the other side. And when you're making soup, I think it's important to, or when you're making anything, to always cut the vegetables about the same size. So I'm thinking, okay, we've got corn in here and peas. I kind of want to get the vegetables around the size of the corn kernels and the peas, just so it's all consistent. Doesn't have to be perfect, but close enough, right? Yummy potato goodness, loaded with vitamin C. Just a rough chop. All right, 1 medium potato. There's 2 carrots in here. Leave the skin on if you want. I like to just get it off. You can save the skin for composting, or some people like to put it in their juicer, whatever makes you happy. The other thing I do sometimes is Trader Joe's or other stores have a mirepoix already pre-cut up. So if you're in a hurry, that could be much faster. So I'm gonna cut off the ends here. Then I like to give it a base. When you're cutting vegetables, it's so important to give it a base, or you might hurt yourself. Like I said before, you want all of your vegetables to be about the same size, so I'm basing it off of the size of the peas and the corn. And the cutting of the vegetables takes a little longer, so you might want to really search your grocery store for the pre-chopped mirepoix mix, which is carrot, celery, and onion. Go down the middle, cut it in half, and then give it a base. And then I just go into my smaller sections. I don't think people realize how good for your skin carrots are. Loaded with vitamin A, makes your skin beautiful. Okay, there's the carrots. Okay, just cutting the zucchini now. You're probably thinking, why zucchini in the tortilla soup? And I say, why not? I think zucchini in soups is so delicious. Okay, now we're chopping up the celery. Yeah, eating healthy is gonna cause you to have to be with vegetables very often, and you will find yourself at the cutting board a lot. So get yourself a nice cutting board and a nice set of knives and a bunch of prep bowls. Those help too. All right, so I've just cut it. Got the celery ready. So I like to just take the garlic, smash it down, and then you just peel the skin off. 1, 2, 3. The smell of fresh garlic, I love it so much. I'm gonna cut the little ends off. Do you ever do this to your garlic? Just wondering. I take the back of the knife and I just, instead of using the other side, I just smash it down with this. Then it cuts my mincing time in half. And you just give it a rough chop over the top. And pretty much that's it. I don't know about you, but I can't sit here for 20 minutes every time I want to make garlic. So there we go. Back of the knife, smash, smash, smash. Just don't forget that you're using the back of your knife and accidentally put your hand on it. Fresh bulb of garlic, just like the ones I used to go and pick with my grandfather after school. I remember being in 2nd and 3rd grade. He'd pick me up from school and we'd go out to the garlic fields in Gilroy after they've already been cleared out, and we would just glean the leftover garlic. It was awesome. I'm using a little bit more garlic than my recipe calls for because that's just how I roll. We don't want to tell Jonathan because he won't like that. He has a different cultural background than me, so garlic is not the most popular thing in their group, but in my group it's everything. I love it. Okay, I'm just gonna get half of a white onion, and I like to just cut thin slices down the edge here. There you go. So now the great thing about this recipe is everything's going into one pot, and we will be done in about 20 minutes. Okay, so you want to just set your heat on like a medium, low kind of thing. First is the olive oil. I'm gonna add a tiny baby bit more. Olive oil is good for you. Okay, we are making the veggie tortilla soup. So A lot of spices in this. Paprika. I've got chili powder, cumin, oregano, a little red chili flake, black pepper, salt, of course the garlic. Because I'm not using any of the chicken, it's going to be very strong, this spice. So you might want to add more liquid to your soup at the end. Okay, now we're going to throw in the onion. And I'm just going to let all of that kind of cook together. Definitely keep the heat on like a medium-low because you don't want to burn the garlic or your spices. I say it's important to always put your spices in the beginning just so that they can marry each other and work well. And whenever you're cooking some kind of a stew, think about the vegetables that are going to take the longest to cook and you want those to go in first, right? That makes sense. So the celery, which makes up the mirepoix, that goes in next, and the carrots. So now we have the onion, celery, and carrots in there, and it's going to be very happy in a few minutes. Just let that all come together. Let that saute for a couple of minutes. I'm going to turn my heat up now to medium. After the mirepoix has cooked for a few minutes with the garlic and the spices, I'm going to add the potato, because that's going to take a little while to cook as well. I like to put the lid on just to let the vegetables cook up a bit. Okay, that is cooking nicely. Next, I'm going to add the cherry tomatoes. These are just going to hang out in the bottom, just whole. They will begin to blister and cook nicely. I'm going to give a tiny bit of my broth, not all of it, just a splash, just a little. I'll put the lid on for about 1 minute. Okay, let's see how this is doing. What I like about putting all the vegetables in first and letting them saute and cook down is that your soup will be done so much faster. Put the lid on for 2 more minutes. Okay, it's doing great. Oh, those tomatoes are yummy and stewy and beautiful. Let's get the zucchini in there. And that's going to cook nicely with the tomato sauce. Those will work together nicely. Zucchini kicks down quickly. So, all right. And then you're going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to give this about 5 more minutes. It's already been going for about 10. And then we will add the rest of the ingredients, which really we only have the peas, corn, and the stock left. Okay, so after the crushed tomato has been simmering on low for about 10 to 15 minutes, then you can add the rest of your vegetable stock or chicken broth, whatever you have. Just going to add that in, and then you just give it a nice stir. Now we can turn the heat up to about medium-high heat. Then just add your frozen peas and your corn. Now it's all in and you're good to go. Just bring it to a light boil and then leave it for about 10 minutes and the soup will be ready. If you're adding chicken at this point, you can put your chicken in as well. Yay! Look at that beautiful goodness. And this, honestly, you don't even need the toppings. You could just do this, which is a beautiful vegetable soup with more of a Latin, or if you want to call it a Mexican flavor going on, with all of the cumin and the paprika and the chili powder and the garlic. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, so my vegetable tortilla soup is basically ready. What I like to do first is you're gonna get some tortilla chips and just put it in the bottom of the bowl, whatever amount you want. I'm just gonna do a little bit here. There they are. Then you just add your soup, yummy, warm vegetable flavored, Mexican flavored vegetable soup on the top. Beautiful. Get a little bit more liquid in there. Then I like to do a little bit of shredded cheese. You could do vegan cheese. Just kind of sprinkle that everywhere. So fun. And leave the toppings out for your friends so that they can do whatever topping they want, right? Some people don't like cilantro. We're gonna add the cilantro because I love it, and so does my husband. And then I like these really pretty sliced green onion. You can do red onion, white onion, whatever you want. And then yummy, yummy, here comes the avocado. It's not the same without the avocado. Make sure you do the avocado, so delicious. Last but certainly not least, a little bit of sour cream. This is vegan plain yogurt, but you could do whatever kind of cream you prefer. So I'm just gonna do a little bit at the top, just because it's pretty. And then you wanna get it covered in a little bit of fresh lime. And this is what makes it so yummy, yummy good. And there you have it, my delicious tortilla soup with vegetables. I hope you try this recipe. I hope you like, save, share, comment, let me know what you're thinking, and enjoy. Thanks for watching.